Hi, everyone. So we're coming back today with another case. We did get this from one of our subscribers. Today, we're going to be covering the missing person case. His name is Adam Herrman out of Towanda, Kansas. He's been missing since late spring, early summer of 1999. He is pretty young, 10, 11 years old.
Okay. And as normal, I just have a name for this kid. Geraldine has got some background information, so hopefully she'll be able to validate a little bit of what I'm getting. And if you see me looking down, I'm just kind of scribbling and taking notes. All right.
And then let's add the disclaimer on here that everything is alleged for entertainment purposes only, and anything that we talk about is our opinion of this case. Yes. Perfect.
Right.
Let's roll.
All right. So this is Kansas.
Towanda, Kansas. Kansas, Kansas. Yeah.
No worries. All right. I do feel this child is deceased. Feels small for his age. So 10. Height feels normal, but I just feel a thin child. Got unhappy childhood. I wouldn't be surprised if there was abuse in the home. Like there's violence around this child. Or both parents in the home, Geraldine, or do you know?
Yeah, both.
Okay. Feels more like dad or the male would. This is physical violence, so this would be a lot more than spankings. I'm getting punched, hit, like punitive punishment. Are you able to validate any of that?
Yes. After he went missing, there was
like
some
CPS might actually be involved in this child's history. Are there other siblings in the home? Because I'm getting like maybe a couple of females, younger or females.
Yes, the only one that I know of that was talked about in anything that I read was an adoptive sister. He did have an adoptive sister.
Okay. All right. Hold on. This feels like a small home as well, too. So I wouldn't be surprised if this is a trailer house or I don't know. Feels small. I'm just getting really cruelly punished, and this might go on for days. So there might be food deprivation or prolonged like locked up. So I don't. Do you know if there was any, like there wasn't a cage or anything in the house, was there?
Well, they did I don't know if it was CPS who did an investigation or the police, but I know that there was an investigation done, I think, after he went missing. And a few of the family members, I believe people outside of the house, not the main ones inside, were talking about how he was locked in a bathroom majority of the time. And
yeah. Okay.
And he was also being beat with like belt buckles,
like bruises and welts and things all over me. I think he was so accustomed to this. I don't feel a lot of like I feel he wouldn't have protested anymore. Like what the male dad feel, in my opinion, what I'm getting, dad feels very involved. Mom feels like a very complicit accomplice. She feels really abused as well too, mom. But it's almost like you're in an abusive relationship and that just becomes normal for you. So when children are abused, then it would not, maybe it takes it off you a little bit. There's something about God in this, or there's not God in this, but I don't know if religion or mom tried to justify something through her beliefs. I'm going to move past that. I really would not be surprised if there was food deprivation for this child. Like living quarters feel so tight.
I do want to validate too, because you said something about a trailer. This happened in a trailer park.
Oh, okay. Like it just feels small, when there's not, I don't have 2,000 square feet. I don't have 50. Like I feel very like where I am and me putting with I just keep wanting to call him Joseph too. Adam Joseph. Is that his biological father? There's some kind of hatred there. I personally would not be surprised if that was not the biological father. I
Do you want
just
me to
feel
answer that question?
sure.
No, it wasn't. He's actually adopted.
Okay. Like there's just hatred and disdain, and I'm unsure why. I did sweet kid, very curious because now I'm seeing 2, 3, 4 years old where there's that curiosity, wanting to show mom, dad things. I feel like dad would have just, you son of a bitch. It's just horrible. But mom equally culpable in this because I don't feel her having any defense of him. There had to be CPS involved. So, I mean, prior to this abduction or whatever has happened, getting school, but this feels like a small school. I'm just seeing pre-K. Maybe something with school feels really off too. Dirty, slovenly. I think that would have been noticed on the child, where if there are siblings in the home, they feel appropriately dressed and maybe appropriately fed. How come no one reported this or didn't report this more, that there was abuse or suspected abuse? Because like neighbors hear this, people hear what's going on in that house. Televisions can be turned up really loud. Dad might have had some alcohol or definitely anger issues, but there might also be some addiction in that home. Mom feels completely wackadoo. So like, I don't know if paranoia is what I'm getting. I don't know. Maybe it's just battered women syndrome. It feels a little bit more than that. Mom would try to appease the situation. I'm going to go back to the child now. I do not feel this child is alive. Like I wouldn't be surprised if he was starving to death. Also, internal injuries, abdomen, kidneys, my back hurts. Like, oh, just beat the crap out of this kid. I'm also feeling maybe restrained or tied up over something. Like almost hit like a pinata, some maybe over a shower rod, something like that. This is horrible. Who
That's
can do
horrible.
this? This is just horrible. Okay, I'm going to try to. I feel this prolonged punishment, prolonged whatever word corporal punishment, whatever they chose to call this. People weren't allowed to talk to him. People weren't allowed to do anything with this. Like you just had to pretend like he was invisible. I think there's internal bleeding, absolute internal bleeding, maybe some concussion, head injury. I think this child died from starvation. And no, that played his part in it. But like this is injuries, internal injuries. And I think he'd been knocked out before, but this time did it. Hold on. Maybe this is discovered around 4:30, between 4:15 and 4:30. So maybe a sibling goes in to use the restroom. Notice he's not breathing. Yep, that's what it is. Because I'm like looking at him, I'm like lifeless. There's no respiration. I don't feel anyone would have really paid that much attention at that point. Oh, this is horrible. Hold on. Dad was not home at this time, so this had to happen a day or two before. Maybe yeah, it's a day or two before. Did they smoke? Mom feels like a smoker to me, like a nervous smoker, like some chain. I don't know if you know that or not, but like there's almost feels.
Yeah, I don't know that.
Um, she doesn't want anyone to see the child. Just kind of leave him alone. He's fine, but I feel fear and panic on her part. Like, oh God, this is so weird. It's almost a sense as if he's dead, then the pain's going to come back on me or somebody else. So that kind of fear, but not fear or concern that my child is dead. I'm going to put dad home real close to 6, between like 5:57 p.m. and 6:12 to 6:14. That's weirdly specific, right? Yeah, because I'm hearing somebody walking up some rickety steps, door opening, closing. There's television on. Mom might be I smell something being fried, like old grease smell, old oil. he's just a jerk. I'm trying not to curse on this, but he's just a hole. Dad's really a monster. Like everyone would kind of cower, be fearful. There's a younger female in this. I think there's two females and two younger females. If I'm wrong, I'm happy to say I hope I'm
I mean,
wrong.
there could be just, I mean, there's so little about this
But
case,
one
just the
child
details.
feels very intimidated and fearful, and the other one kind of feels like over pleaser, or hey, can I get you this? They both feel small. So maybe one feels 6, 7. I couldn't put her at 8. The other one might be 9 to 12. All right, hold on. I don't know what because it start. Wait, what time does it get dark there? So it's like
Well, this
7:30,
was
40, 7:30, 40, something like this. It's dusky dark. Like, so listen, I do not think what I'm about to say is psychic, because where I am at 6:30 or 7 o'clock, Wheel of Fortune comes on. So that's what I'm hearing. But so that's how I'm kind of putting the time. But I do feel it was evening. I think Dad might have walked by him and taken a leak in the bathroom and just muttered under his breath. Then he sees he's gone. I'm not even panicked at Dad. Like I don't have any of those sensations. Hold on. I'm gonna move forward on this because that's just horrible to witness. There's a duffel bag. There's some kind of, why is this kid not missed? Hold on. I don't know if he wasn't in school. Why is this kid not missed? Just put in something.
well, the school thing, I think what happened was after or right before his disappearance, I think this is correct. Right before or right after his disappearance, he was taken out of school. I would have to double check that, but it was like
Yeah,
right
that would
around
be,
there.
yeah, because I'm just wondering. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if neighbors didn't see anything or notice anything, because I almost feel like avert your eyes, don't look at that house, because they're just,
Right.
like I get off my yard times a million. Like nobody wants to be, I don't feel neighbors would have come over to drop any. This feels like a scary house. Like everybody would have felt this yucky feeling with them. Dad, there's a car I'm getting, like a old Bronco, an old truck, old Bronco. Kids put into a duffel bag. It literally looks like an army duffel bag. Wait, interesting. Does Dad's family live in that area or within like 30, 40, 50 miles?
I don't know that. I think that there is family around there because there
Okay.
were.
Okay, because
They were talking.
I'm taking this kid to, I feel like a mother's house. So, and it feels connected to the mail. She's a real piece of work too. I'm getting water. Maybe this is a pond. I don't know that that's important. Just kind of scanning to see what I get. I don't feel buried. Where is this kid? Hold on. Bear with me just a minute, please.
Yeah.
Like if I'm walking onto a front porch, I'm carrying this duffel bag, which maybe weighs 50, 60 pounds. Maybe it's not that heavy. And for Dad, does not feel like a tiny man. I'm not talking obese, but like I feel some strength. So I don't know if he was doing manual labor or something where he used his body, because I just feel that kind of rage behind it. Just like dumped on a porch. This is a house, not a mobile home that he's left at. Drops the bag off, goes inside. So I know this has got to be a family member's house because he's just walking in. Do you feel mom? Mom might have hearing. Might have some cognitive issues as well too. There was abuse in that home as well too. I think the dad was abused by his dad. His mom kind of feels like the woman that he married. He's sitting down just bullshitting, like just a regular friggin' day. Does he have a brother? Does Dad have a brother that you know of?
That I don't know. Mm-mm.
Okay, so I'm taking from this property, which I feel mom's house, to maybe his sibling's house, and I'm talking about dad now.
Mhm.
I think this kid's still in a duffel bag, like sitting on somebody's property. The family member, it's got to be a family member, extended family member, something like that. There's dogs around. Again, these are not people with any kind of wealth. Not that that matters. Just the visual that I'm getting is these kind of feel like older farmhouses, older places, not a lot of neighbors, dogs barking, like there's dogs chained up. Like I just drop by the side of a barn or something in this bag. That's what I'm getting. This is horrible.
So
I
you
don't
think
understand.
it's at one of his family members?
Yeah,
Like
I'm gonna. So this was when did this
this
happen? Like
was
2099, something like that.
yeah, late spring, early summer of 1999.
Okay, so hold on. So that's 23 years ago, 24
Mhm.
years ago. I mean, just how far ahead I can see that bag. Like it's so wet, worn.
I mean, obviously, it still has to be in his family, right?
Yeah,
Because I mean,
I mean, I'm
because
not, I'm trying to see where the bag is moved to, and I'm not getting, but
right.
I'm not seeing
I'm saying
children
like
around there.
if
I'm
it
not seeing young children.
right, but I'm saying like if it was a family member's house, I mean, it must not have been sold to someone else because I think if the
Oh
house
no,
is sold, everybody's walking around
right?
looking. You know what I'm
No, no,
saying?
no. This still is in the family. Like this still.
Yeah.
I'm wondering after 23 years, why would you not move a duffel bag? But like I'm seeing junk all around. Like it's grown, grass has grown around it. Things have been thrown around it. I mean, it's right in the open, is what it feels like to me. I'm just trying to. That's so friggin' weird, right?
That is
Like
weird.
I
It's
would go
weird.
back and want to cover my tracks. Hold
But
on.
I don't think he's worried about it because it's like who's
It's
coming
gonna
on
go
there?
southwest of this location. Maybe it's 20, 30 miles southwest. Um, hold on. I can't promise that I could find it. I'm not even sure that I could. I mean, I could probably identify the person it was left at more so than the location. I don't even know if this little boy had been over there more than a handful of times. I'd be shocked. Like, I just feel this kid was not wanted, but why do I want him? Like a
I could
slave or
answer that. It's
why?
money. It's money. It's, you know, because he was adopted. So it was like he was getting they were filing him on taxes and then they were getting something for like his care as well, like money for his care or something like that from I don't know if it's
Was
from
there
the
any health
government.
problems with the kid, like asthma? Was there any kind of, because I know your dad, and I'm putting that very loosely, complaining about the sickly kid or the poorly kid. It's almost like the kid doesn't have strength. So that might also, well, no, I think the small size of the child was just because he was food deprived. Um, there had to be some asthma. There's some breathing issues with this child prior to that, prior to his death. Um, but I don't feel maybe he wasn't taken to the doctor as he should be. This is just horrible neglect and abuse here. Do you have any questions? Is there anything that I'm leaving out that you're aware of that you know of? The kid's within
Um
50 miles of where he died, and I'm being super generous with the 50 miles. I probably put it closer to 27 to 35 miles. And even that feels like I might
well,
be
I
pushing
mean,
it a little.
I think it would be very easy to look into who this guy's family was and find out
Okay, let's
what
maybe do that.
properties. Yeah, like
If
what
we can do that,
properties.
yeah, we can. Listen, the family feels poor. Okay, so I'm not thinking they've
Right.
got 3 or 4 properties anywhere. I'm going to be surprised if they have a hunting property. Don't feel like they do, but the brother might. So, dad's brother, allegedly, what Isabella is getting, this would not hold up
Yeah.
in court of law. I feel a family member, this child is still on that property.
Yeah.
There's some farm equipment. There's like it's not a barn. It's like a shed, but a car could be driven in it. Like it's propped up on the side of the house in that thing, or on the side of this barn
Yeah.
structure thing. Yeah, I'd be real interested to see about that. Have there been any tips or anything about where I mean, is there any suspects at this point? Anybody that
No,
they're
because I
looking
mean,
at?
he wasn't, nobody
They're in
literally,
jail. They've been in jail. Dad and mom have been in jail.
oh, they might have, but nobody has said anything about this kid. Like, the
No,
only reason that anybody even knows about this is because his adoptive sister reported him missing in 2018. That's it. And then I guess that maybe the cops did an investigation, and they do think it's on the internet. They think that the parents were involved, but we're
I think
talking, this
mom and
is
dad have
years
been
later.
in jail. Dad probably much more frequently than mom, but there's got to be some assault. I am getting that. I would not be surprised if there was assault charges or, I don't go theft. That's not right. Like, he beats people up. Like, he's a bully. He's rage. He's how is he holding a job? I don't know. Yeah, this is so sad. I mean,
This is so sad.
this is like legit, really horrible stuff.
Right, right. I mean, it's like this because I don't know. I'm kind of at a loss for words myself on this, because it's like, you're hoping that this is not what this is, right? Like, when we look
And
at
it's
these
not a
cases,
way. This is, I mean, this is does not feel like a runaway to me. I
right?
listen. My accuracy on this stuff super high, but I not 100% on everything all of the time. I pray I'm wrong. I pray this kid ran away. Maybe he was. I don't know, but I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
highly
getting.
doubt that. Yeah, yeah.
So, God,
Oh,
if
you know how
anybody
you
has
said,
any information on this, maybe, Geraldine, are
yeah,
you putting this on YouTube? Maybe message on YouTube. If there's anything
yeah.
that I've gotten that you're able to go like, right. If there's anything that I've not gotten that you could add to this to kind of help, I want to say bring this kid home, but who wants him to go back to that place? I just to for the child, and maybe so that there is some accountability for the parents,
Oh yeah, totally. He deserves to be found. You know what I'm
right?
saying? Like, regardless, especially if he's just out in the open in a duffel bag on
He's
this
missing teeth.
asshole's
Yeah,
property.
he's
Like,
missing teeth. Like, I don't know. I mean, how come I can't remember if you lose your teeth around 10 years old? But I do feel like there's some like dental problems as well too, or missing teeth, or maybe I don't. This is just horrible. I hate this.
I hope somebody sends this. Like, if anybody is watching this, please send this to the Kansas police. Like, even if they can't, I mean, it's worth looking into the background of these people, of
right.
the family members. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure that
It's
they
just
have. You
horrible,
know what I'm saying? It is. It's so horrible. But yeah, oh, I wanted to say, in the beginning, you were like, he's kind of used to this, right? That's what you said.
right?
Like, they actually adopted him out of foster care at 2 years old. So of course he is, I mean, this was normal to him. He's a 10-year-old boy. You grow up into this, it seems normal to you.
I'm a mom. I can't even imagine. I cannot
Me
even.
neither.
I just. Well,
It's
please leave.
heartbreaking.
Yeah, leave. If you've got any other information, please kind of leave it in the comments if that's something you can do on YouTube. I don't really know about YouTube, but
Yes,
if
because
there's any way,
the information on this is very limited. So yes, if anybody knows any information, please leave it in the comments, because like, I read 2 articles on it and it was so bare bones, but I think that that's what the problem is here. It's like, everything, like, this felt so isolated to me. He felt like, just us talking
yeah,
about this case and
it's not a
everything. It was
stranger danger type thing.
right.
This is
Like,
a family
but
member.
I'm
This is.
saying, like, it was
Oh, I hear.
isolated in the sense that, yes, okay, the neighbors may have heard this, but inside that household, a lot of people did not know what was going on. The outside world did not know what was happening to this child.
Right.
The guy's
I
family.
don't know if I'm going to agree with that 100%. Like,
Well, no,
I really, yeah,
I'm talking about, like, the people in the trailer park. Yes, they probably heard.
yeah.
But even those people, they probably knew something was going on, but they probably didn't know the extent of this.
Or maybe there was just fear. I mean, I remember
Yeah,
I was like
right.
8 or 9 years old, and we had a neighbor. The houses were not close together, and the guy would beat his son, not often, and it doesn't make it any better or worse. But I remember one day just hearing him beat the crap out of this kid in the garage, and like, call the freaking police. So
Right.
this feels a million times more aggravated than that. This feels long standing, but I'm also afraid of this guy. So I'm not putting a
Right. Oh, yeah,
responsibility
totally. But
on
I'm just
neighbors.
saying, like,
I
I
would have
don't think
called, but
that this was, you
nobody
know,
just said, I don't care about the child. No one outside of that home probably thought that, but everybody in the home is
did
just
he,
disposable.
do you know if he ran away a lot? Because let me tell you this little tidbit. So that was one of the things that they said, because I think that the parents were
No.
questioned after this,
Mm-mm.
after the sister reported him missing. Obviously,
Yeah.
that's when the cops get involved and they start
Uh-uh.
looking. His parents or
No.
adoptive parents said that this was a regular occurrence from him
Mm-mm.
for him, and that's
Lies.
why, right?
Lies.
That's
No,
why
I
they didn't
feel a
report it.
diminutive child. I don't feel someone that's defined in any way. Like, I'm fearful of doing that. That's not, I want to appease and be sweet. There's nothing. Where's he going to go?
Right,
No, I don't feel
right.
that kind of incorrigible. No, this child almost feels like tortured and held hostage in that home for long periods of time. So it's just horrific. And I always want to understand everybody's side to everything, but the
Right.
rage in the parents is, I don't understand that. I don't
I
get
don't
it. So
understand it either.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to try to make these about
Yeah.
30 minutes so people don't get, bored. But if you have any information, if there's another case near you that you want us to, I think Geraldine said some a viewer, I don't know what you call people that watch YouTube.
Oh, they're a
Somebody
subscriber.
submitted it. Yeah, a
Yeah, they're a
subscriber. So
subscriber.
so if there's
And
a case that you want us to look at, just let
yeah,
us know and we'll see if we're able to do that. And thank
yeah, perfect.
everybody for watching. Please, if you have know anything, if you have any answers or any ideas, we're interested to know, because I'd like to find this kid.
Absolutely.
All right, everybody. Thank you
All
so
right. Bye,
much.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.